So, clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost for stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping.
Sending emojis, I'm blowing a pack of that OG. Don't be acting like you know me. And if you did, that's the old me. Winter time, rock a cold fleece. Pocket fat, that's obese. Only talking money if it's increased. She give me brain, girl, no teeth. I touch down, bust down. She busted open for a real nigga. Stay Tommy'd up, trying to build it up, trying to count it up, hill figures. Don't be chillin' with no lil niggas. And if I do, I be real with them. Chase a dream, that's a meal ticket. ISO gang, yeah, they still with us.
I put it in motion, they got me steady. Thoughts on my mind, it's weighing heavy. Watch how I shine, tell them I'm ready. I'm hitting my stride, let's get to the fetty. I was just sitting back watching them fold. Racks on me now, yeah, it's looking swole. I hold it down and I got my own. Keeping it grown, we back to the bone. Yeah, flying flashy, ayy, ayy. We too fancy, ayy, ayy. Can't walk past me, ayy, ayy. Right up your alley, wait. I gotta play it safe. Watch me isolate, watch me isolate, ayy. Watch me isolate. Whoa. Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost for stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody in the room. I'm gonna give some quick acknowledgments. Just want to make sure if you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me, then give me an angry face or a thumbs down, all right, so I can get that together. Shout out to Patricia Slade, B1, what's good with it? We got Jay Bird in the building. Shout out to my man Jay Bird. We got Lloyd Sky 9 up in here. We got Brooklyn Queen. We got Catsy. We got Tone 45. We got Hurricane IQ. We got Denise Scales. We got Carla Lockhart. We got Bert. Shout out to Bert. We got Leonard. Shout out to my man Leonard, B1. We got Denise Scale. Shout out to Denise. We got DJ Elmo. We got Catsy. We got Black Spider. And we got Carla. All right. So shout out to everybody. It's good to see each and every one of you all in here. All right. So we're going to get into breaking some of this stuff down because so much of it doesn't make sense. And because you can pick up some pretty interesting insights, if you ask me. Now, let me ask you guys a question. There's a lot of people who are asking this question. The question is Israel engaging in this conflict and not breaking any laws of war? First and foremost, why are there laws of war? Does that make any sense? Why do laws of war exist? If you ask me, war should not exist in a civilized society. If you ask me. There's all kinds of just interesting things going on. All kinds of interesting things going on. We're going to check this stuff out. We talked about this, and I asked the question, well, where is the New York Post article for this? You guys remember that? This took place in Chicago. At the time when I did the article about it, there was about a 1 minute and 50-second video, and it was from ABC. And on that video, they said that the boy was quote unquote Muslim. You guys remember that? If you guys remember that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't remember that, then give me a thumbs down. Now it comes out that this boy that got deleted in this hate crime was Palestinian. That's what they're saying in the New York Post. Palestinian boy who was 6, quote unquote, had good relationship with landlord before fatal stabbing. Last words revealed. Remember, this young boy, 6 years old, the landlord that they trusted, that they lived with, stabbed him. Shout out to Jay Cage. Stabbed the boy 26 times. Stabbed the boy's mother. How many times? I think 12, I want to say. So let's check this out.
A man from Illinois was charged with hate crimes on Sunday for stabbing a 6-year-old boy to death and seriously wounding his mother because they were Muslim. It comes as tensions from the Israel-Hamas conflict spill over across the world and has shaken those who live in Plainfield Township, about 40 miles southwest of Chicago.
26 times. How can anyone do that to a little boy?
According to a statement from the Will County Sheriff's Office, Wadea Al-Fayumi was stabbed 26 times with a military-style serrated knife and died after he was rushed to hospital on Saturday. The boy's 32-year-old mother remains in hospital with more than a dozen stab wounds.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. Who would do that to a kid? Now, let me ask you guys a question. Which one of these news medias will talk about, quote unquote, the community issue of attacking people's children and the quote unquote community issue of leading the way in damn near professional hatred? You think Fox News, Breitbart, any of them going to sit down and have a conversation, a difficult conversation about having a history of conducting themselves like this? Probably not, which is cool because we can have that conversation here. Shout out to Vincent Harper.
The boy's 32-year-old mother remains in hospital with more than a dozen stab wounds, but is expected to survive. The suspect is 71-year-old Joseph Zuber, who was their landlord. The sheriff.
So now there you go, right there. Now that dude looks like he hits the bottle and the pipe. Shout out to Torian Rain. When we talked about this on the other channel, Rain said that this looks like a little bit of Wrong Turn mixed with The Hills Have Eyes. Oh, look at this, man. We got it just keeps coming. It just keeps coming.
Said, quote, detectives were able to determine that both victims in this brutal attack were targeted by the suspect due to them being Muslim and the ongoing Middle Eastern conflict involving Hamas and the Israelis. According to the Council on American Islamic Relations Chicago Executive Director Ahmed Rahab, the mother managed to call the police when Zuber started attacking her and later sent messages to the boy's father describing what had happened.
He attempted to choke her and said, "You Muslims must die," and attempted to stab her and stabbed her. And she went to the bathroom and called 911. And this was all, in her own words, seconds. And by the time she came out, her son had been stabbed 26 times.
The council is urging an end to, quote, the Islamophobic rhetoric and anti-Palestinian racism being spread by politicians, media outlets, and social media platforms. This comes after FBI Director Christopher Wray warned a police conference on Saturday to stay vigilant in what he called a heightened environment for lone actors who may take inspiration from recent events.
Lone actors who may take inspiration from recent events. Now, I think that was his father that was on the on that video, DJ Elmo. Shout out to you, by the way. Now, let me ask you guys a question. How do you all feel about lone actors? I mean, so what they've done already is that they've already made a broad sweeping statement basically saying they're not going to try to attempt to connect any of the dots with this. These are lone actors. So why is it that when it comes to this kind of thing, there's always an initial effort from law enforcement, an initial effort from everybody else to attempt to make it appear that there's no interconnectedness? All of these type of situations, all of these type of events have to be quote unquote lone actors. And I gotta agree with Hurricane IQ. Hurricane IQ says lone actors my butt. They're a network of criminals. Big facts. If you guys agree with Hurricane IQ, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree with Hurricane IQ, give me a thumbs down. That's a big fact. When you use the same symbols and you communicate and you have loose organizations set up in different localities, almost like chapters, the fact that you're linked together along cultural lines, ideological lines, and you identify with the same symbology, you're an organization. So there's a certain spin that they want to put on this. Would you guys agree? Now, mind you, the FBI director said this. So basically, the FBI director basically said, do not tie this together and look at these as WS interconnected crimes, which is interesting, right? Which is interesting. Again, it's interesting.
Social media platforms. This comes after FBI Director Christopher Wray warned a police conference on Saturday to stay vigilant in what he called a heightened environment for lone actors who may take inspiration from recent events to commit violence of their own. US President Joe Biden sent condolences to the boy's family, saying in a statement,
Now, did they do any of this? Did they do any of this for the Buffalo massacre? Did they do any of this for the Jacksonville massacre? I don't know if they did or didn't. Do you guys know?
this horrific act of hate has no place in America and stands against our fundamental values, freedom from fear for how we pray, what we believe, and who we are.
I completely disagree. What the actual evidence actually says is that this kind of act is a fundamental part of America. This horrific act of hate has place in the founding history of America and stands perfectly in line with our fundamental values: freedom to harm non-white people in a cascading fashion, with Black being at the bottom with the least rights, what we believe and who we are, which is superior to everybody else. That's what that that's what that actually should say. And I gotta agree with Hurricane IQ. It's the culture. If you believe this nonsense, I guarantee you I have more evidence that shows that this horrific act of hate actually has a place in America. What happened in Buffalo this year? What happened in Jacksonville this year? How many Black massacres did Torian do on his Black Massacre series? All those took place here in the United States. So they definitely have a place here in the United States. So again, this is just government propaganda. But what I find interesting about this government propaganda is pay very close attention, right? Even when it comes to this Palestinian individual, they're doing more to deal with that and more to at least publicize that than they would at all anything with us. And what they're doing by doing that is leaving that door open to say, well, you know, we don't like you, but we don't like Black people worse. They don't like any of these other groups. If you guys notice, who comes up with all the jokes? Who comes up with all the stereotyping? Who comes up with all of the little, inside father-son bigotry that we laugh about behind closed doors? Who comes up with it, right? So they come up with that, right? But what they also advertise is they say, hey, we keep a certain number of black people around. And listen, we don't like you at all. However, we'll leave you alone based on how well you do our job of causing issues for black people. Interfering with things that they have going on. Attempting to block legislation. Basically following our lead. Being quote unquote model minorities. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my man Jada Informant. Make sure you guys hit that link. Would you guys agree with that statement? If you guys agree with that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. So now here's my question. How do you combat that? The Chicago landlord accused of stabbing a Palestinian American 6-year-old to death in response to the war between Israel and Hamas had a quote unquote good relationship with the boy and his mother before his slaying. A good relationship usually ends well. I don't know how a good relationship can end in death. Have you all ever heard of a good relationship ending in death? The only time a good relationship will end in death is if it's a marriage and does death do us apart. Aside from that, what relationship ends in somebody getting stabbed 26 times and their mother getting stabbed 12 times? Joseph Zuba, who is 71, who allegedly shouted, "You M's must die," at a Wadia Al-Foimi and his mother before stabbing the little boy 26 times with a 12-inch military-style knife. Had not had issues with the family before the brutal attack. The boy's father, Ode El-Fayoumi, told the Daily Beast. My ex-wife and son knew him. So the father was the ex, and they had a good relationship. It's hard to picture this man holding a knife about to stab my son. El-Fayoumi said, "Are you serious? I'm sorry, but this face right here, I could picture that guy doing even worse things than just holding a knife to kids. This dude looks like a straight up creep. You know what I'm saying? This dude looks like a straight up weirdo. But for some reason, the father says that he just can't see him doing anything to his son. I keep thinking that my son was probably running towards him before getting deleted, trying to give him a hug. The anguished father describes his son as a small angel in the form of a person and said his last words to his mother were "I'm fine." No parent should ever have to witness or be alive while their child dies, and they definitely shouldn't have to witness it, if you ask me. I gotta agree 100%. If you guys agree with DJ Elmo, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. DJ Elmo says, "I bet you it's not the first time this landlord has deleted someone. Bet you he has harmed or deleted someone black." Facts. And since he has the keys to the to the building that they live in, I guarantee they got stuff hidden all over the place. You know what I'm saying? His ex, Hanan Shahin, 32, was stabbed more than a dozen times in the attack, but is expected to survive. The mother and son lived on ground floor of Zuba's home for about 2 years, and the landlord had even gone out of his way to build a treehouse and an indoor play area for the young boy, his father said. It all felt like torture. The reasons that led to the killing, we had no information about that for hours. Those 4 hours felt like 40 years, El Fayoumi said. The Council on American Islamic Relations Chicago chapter said that the landlord had been angry with what he was seeing in the news and went to knock on the family's door. I mean, so he's angry with what he sees in the news. Here's my question. What does he do about other stuff that makes him angry that he sees in the news? So anything that this individual, this guy right here, anything that this guy sees that makes him angry, what he'll do is he'll go and try to stab your child 26 times and try to stab you 12 times. If something makes him angry, if something upsets him. The mother and son had lived on the ground floor. We already read that. Let's go down here. When the mother opened the door, he allegedly attempted to choke her and then went to stab her and her boy with a knife. Detectives were able to determine that both victims in this brutal attack were targeted by the suspect due to them being Muslim and the ongoing Middle Eastern conflict involving Hamas and the Israelis. The Will County Sheriff's Office said in a statement. So now here goes my question. I highly doubt that this guy here is Israeli. So you decided to stab somebody about some conflict that's going on overseas? It is like a switch is being flipped in certain people. If you guys agree with Catsy, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. It's absolutely like a switch is being flipped. You know what I'm saying? Detectives were able to determine that both victims in this brutal attack were targeted by the suspect due to them being Muslim in the ongoing Middle Eastern conflict involving Hamas and the Israelis, the Will County Sheriff's Office said in a statement. President Joe Biden said he was shocked and sickened by the horrific act of hate in a statement released on Sunday. The child's Palestinian Muslim family came to America seeking what we all seek, a refugee to live, learn, and pray in peace, the statement said. This horrific act of hate has no place in America and stands against our fundamental values. Freedom from fear and how we pray, what we believe, and who we are. And again, I don't think that that's a good way to phrase, quote unquote, the things that are the guiding light of America, if you ask me. Meanwhile, the boy's father says he hopes his son is remembered as a symbol for the Palestinian people. People know that we too get discriminated against. So you already know what time it is when people say stuff like this. And this is what I'm talking about right here. Clearly you get discriminated against. Your son got targeted and deleted because of your religion. When people say stuff like that, that's when they're trying to have that's when they're trying to have the discrimination competition. Literally nobody ever said that these people don't get discriminated against. So who are you talking about when you say, well, we get discriminated against too? Pay very close attention to that. That's a little jab at black people. You know what I'm saying? I want this to open the door for freedom of the Palestinian people. Zuba was taken into custody at the scene and transported to a hospital to treat a cut on his forehead. He has since been charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, 2 counts of hate crimes, and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. He is being held at the Will County Adult Detention Facility and is awaiting his first court appearance. Okay? Now, here goes my question. What do you guys think is going to happen to him in court when he goes to court? That's my question for you guys. Now, remember, pay very close attention to what was going on with that last one, right? Oh, yeah, they're going to tear him apart. Big fact. But they're going to protect him a little bit, too. They're gonna protect him a little bit too. An Ohio man is accused of being an anti-Semite. So now one day they had the attack against the Palestinian. The next day we got to put the attack against the Israeli person on the big screen. So now wait till y'all see this guy right here. Let me see something. All right, we ain't gonna use that because it's got music in it. Ohio man accused of being an anti-Semite caught on door cam saying this. When's the last time anybody caught Kanye West or Kyrie Irving doing that? Has anybody ever caught Kyrie Irving or Kanye West doing that? So I wonder what the punishment for this will be. An Ohio man has been busted after a J woman shared ring footage of someone ringing her doorbell just to say this right here. Jacob Thomas Reedy was arrested at his home in Bexley late Monday after his vehicle was linked to anti-Semitic incidents at least 2 homes on Sunday, and he was already being monitored over a similar anti-Semitic hate, according to a police report obtained by Fox 28. Footage seen nearly 3 million times by Tuesday after being shared by Stop Anti-Semitism showed a bearded man in a beanie, a dark-colored jacket, and jeans leaning down to talk into a Ring camera in one of the incidents. So now here's what he said. So I've never used one of these, says the man, with the woman replying swiftly, yeah, go ahead. What can I help you with, sir? The caller then leans in closer as he states, you Z pigs are effing disgusting, pausing to continue staring into the door cam while chewing a toothpick. Homeowner Debbie Meyer said she's certain she was targeted because she has an Israeli flag outside. I was in shock, Mayer told NBC4. I did not expect that at all, and I hung up right away. He was probably here for maybe 15 to 30 seconds, but he walked slowly down the driveway. Another homeowner who was waving an Israeli flag reported a similar incident, according to Fox 28. Authorities were able to identify Reedy because they'd already been monitoring him for several days, according to the police report. But now notice how they don't talk about what they've been monitoring him for. What were they monitoring him for? That's the question. A detective working special duty at a synagogue said he earlier witnessed Reedy driving past, yelling out of his car window about Israel following Hamas's surprise attack on the J Nation on October 7th, according to the Fox 28 report. Reedy was on public property and not engaged in any illegal activity, but police took down his license plate number anyway. So again, we got the New York Post playing defense attorney for this dude. Oh, yeah. If you guys agree with Torian that he looks like a quote-unquote well-adjusted American, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, give me a thumbs down. Reedy was charged with criminal trespasses and expected to be arraigned on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Meyer said she did not give in to fear and will continue to wave the Israeli flag outside her home. I'll keep it U.S. as long as Israel is safe and this war ends, probably longer. Oh, this is actually supposed to say I'll keep it up. See, it says I'll keep it us. It's supposed to say I'll keep it up, but again, New York Post has horrible editors. Yet another one. Shout out to DJ Elmo. DJ Elmo says, I see a new hate crime bill will be ushered by the Senate for the quote-unquote chosen ones. Facts. I agree. If you guys agree with DJ Elmo, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Shatera. What's good? All right, Brooklyn Queen, take it easy. So, yeah, so there's that. Hate crimes, man. People losing their mind. They go into these rallies. They out here acting dumb. Then next thing you know, all these damn hate crimes. All these hate crimes popping off. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, players and pimps, we've been live for about a half hour. I'm making this one short because I'm probably going to come back on a little bit later on today, probably at about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. All right. So make sure that you guys smash the like button if you haven't. Make sure that you guys share the stream to your social media. Everybody needs to join the Discord. Make sure you take a moment, join the Discord, subscribe to my backup channels, watch the video all the way through to the end. It'll take you to the premiere window for the next episode of Just Talking with TD and Rob. I appreciate each and every one of you all for coming in. And let me ask you guys this question. Is the W.W.O, the White World Order, revealing itself through Israel and Hamas? If you ask me, it's always been there and it's always shown its face. But it's interesting how all of the pieces are coming together. So we'll talk about this a little bit later. I appreciate y'all. Peace.